Welcome everybody to the second action figure review. Today the man of the hour is Spider-Man. Okay? And first I'm going to talk about kind of what the journey to making this figure, okay? This figure was a challenging figure. If any of you custom figure makers are out there and you've tried to make Spider-Man in the past, the difficult thing about making Spider-Man is the webbing. Trying to make sure the webbing lines up properly, okay? Like you see here, I know I have gloves on. The reason for that is since it's fabric, I don't want to mess it up too much. Like the webbing, you want to make sure the webs, if there's a seam, it does this instead of this or this. For example, and I have them standing up because just like the Superman, he falls over multiple times, so this magnet here keeps him standing. So if you see here, see how on the head, how I kind of made sure it lined up on the seam here? Okay, that was things like that made it extremely tricky to make this figure, okay? Alright, now if you can see, if you haven't already seen my pictures, here's some of the features. On most figures, the gloves are some sort of plastic painted on red, but on mine, they are real, as you can see. There's no seam. It's just, you know, all fabric, okay? And here's some more features. There's magnet on the feet. I'll even get I got a scissors here. Check this out. See, watch. See it, how it magnets? Magnets on the glutes. Magnets on the back. And magnets in the hand. Because he is a wall crawler, so we want to make sure. Here's a needle. Not falling out. There's my proof. Okay, now okay. Here's another thing. Here's the eyes. You see they're 3D eyes. And I'm going to talk about how I made those eyes. I'm going to set it down here. From a 3D printer, here's a mold, if you can see. Here's kind of the black eye lens, the white that goes inside. And here's kind of the foot. Here's the mold I made back in the Temple College days. That came out, and I made that. I got that from a place in Belton. Okay. Now, if I were to do this figure over again, there are so many things I would do differently, and I'm going to mention all of them. For example, the foot. I would have done that arrangement differently. Okay, another thing I would have done differently is make some sort of muscle shadings on the costume. I notice it kind of looks flat since it's a very costumey looking figure. It's more of a costume than a suit, so I feel like it would have given it more pop. Another thing I would have done differently is made this spider. Let me see if I can put him in a pose where y'all can see him. This symbol, I would have made the body of the spider smaller, and I would have changed kind of the legs a little bit. What else would I have done? I would have made this, kind of this red in here. Let me get him in here. This red, I would have made that thinner, okay? I think that would have looked better. I would have made this spider on the back. Let me set him right there. I would have made this spider kind of a little taller. Okay. What else would I have done? And I would have used a different body. If you look at him, it looks a little funny because of the build of the figure. He has a very short torso and very long arms, and whenever you see a person like that, it does look a little funny. Most people have longer torsos and shorter arms. So that's why it kind of looks a little odd. Okay? And I probably would, if I do this figure again, I'm probably going to make my own body. This body came from a 1/6 scale DC Direct Robin. Okay, I'm going to try and post a side link to this video to show you what figure that was. Okay? Now, I'm going to talk about some of the mess-ups, because some of you guys may comment on the mess-ups. This is where I'm going to get dogged. You see this, let me fold it up here. This seam here, not as clean as I would have liked. This belt here, it needs to be brought up just a smidgen, if you can see it. See that? Okay. And what's the other mistake? And the shirt is a little, if you can, it's a little bit loose. Okay. So those are the only errors I feel that are on this figure. I'm pretty proud of this figure. I think it's a good figure. It looks like the character, it represents the character. So I hope y'all are enjoying these videos, and signing off.